Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have our first league game of the season against Real Betis. It's a 10:15 at night kickoff, so it's quite a late one, and we'll also have a bit of a transfer roundup of this window so far. It has been a little bit busier than I expected with the transfer window, um, so we will have a few players to have a look at. But as you can see, pre-season has also been quite a busy one. We tried a couple of different formations. Things didn't always work out, regardless of what formation we used. So we've gone to the one that we were using all of last season. We had a little blip against Mallorca in one of the friendlies, but otherwise we've looked quite good. And as you can see, there are some unfamiliar names on the score sheets there as well. So in terms of the transfers, like I say, it has been a little bit more busy than I anticipated, but I think we've done really well. We've signed a couple of players for the B team as well. So the first player we brought in is Yassine Ashabar. He is the centre back that we targeted last season. Couldn't get him in the end, but he is a really good defender in my opinion. He's really going to strengthen us in there, and at 6'3", I think he is certainly going to be a boss of a centre back for us this season. All of his attributes are very good, and he still has a little bit of scope to improve as well, even though he is 25. So I think he will be a really good signing for us. We finally managed to get the striker that we wanted. Eddie Ramalha has come in. As you can see, he's one of the world's best at 4.5 star. Current ability as an advanced forward with 4 star at everything else. He has still got potential ability as well. He's really quick. His composure and finishing ability with his first touch and technique are outstanding. And he's quite a determined character, and he's also quite a flair type player as well. He's very Cristiano Ronaldo-esque type style player. And hopefully he will come good for us. He's 6'1" as well, so he's certainly got the ability to put himself about a little bit amongst defenders. We then brought in a couple of free transfers, largely for our B team. Alvaro came in only on 13 grand a week. He's worth 10 to 11 million. I think he's a good centre forward, to be honest. He can play out wide as well. Brought him in on a free transfer from Real Madrid, actually, and he was on 4 or 5 times the amount of money there as we've managed to bring him in. So I thought it was a bit of a no-brainer. And we've gone back to our former clubs. He's been with us at Brentford and at Dundee United. Guido Polidoro was available on a free transfer. We've brought him in and he comes into our B team. He's a very good player. We know how good he is, don't we? But he isn't going to be first team quality, unfortunately. And yeah, we brought him in for the B team, but I just felt that I had to bring him in. He's been with us for so many years, and to be able to bring him in was a little bit of a soft spot, really. We've then brought in German right winger slash striker Jan Low from Manchester United. Brought him in for £30 million. As you can see, it's right in the middle of his valuation. And in terms of as a striking option, he is very good. He can get forward, and he's got a good amount of pace to him. But we've signed him to play on that right hand side. He is relatively quick. He isn't too strong, but because of his quickness, he can easily get past players. His dribbling ability, again, first touch is very good. And teamwork and work rate need a little bit of work, but his off the ball positioning and everything is very good. So I thought he was a very good player to be bringing in. And then lastly, so far anyway, Giorgio Scalvini, a 29-year-old. We don't normally go this old in terms of players that we bring in, but he's a very good player. And at centre back again, he's very quick. He's a good strong boy, 6'4". His mental attributes are fantastic, as are his defending attributes. So it felt like a no-brainer. We brought him in for £45.5 million from Bayern Munich. He's a really solid option for us at the back. So as you can see, for players that we brought in largely, we've gone big, and we did need to do that, to be honest. Julius Koundé, we did in the end let him go. He went to Watford on a free transfer. One of our reserves went to Malaga under 19s for free. Roger, who was the right winger that we had at the club, he didn't really improve enough, unfortunately, so we sold him to Wolves for £5 million. We're still paying part of his wages, but after this season, that'll be a non-issue, really. Martin, who we brought in for 23.5 million last season, Valuation wise, he has nosedived, unfortunately. He isn't the best, and he's not really settled into life here. He's gone out on loan for the season to Benfica. Hopefully, he can get some good game time though, and he will improve. And maybe we can either sell him on next season, or he might be able to challenge for the first team. But unfortunately, I don't think he's going to cut it. Ronald Araujo, this was a tough decision for me. He's a very good defender still, as you can see. We've sold him to AC Milan for £5.75 million. I just felt like we needed a change, and getting away from that core that we had initially, I think was key. So he has left. Donovan Jordan, our substitute left back, and Felipe, our young defender. Both of them have gone out on loan respectively to Salernitana and Blackburn. So not massive amounts of transfer business done, but in terms of players coming in, we've spent a lot of money, and in terms of players going out, we've not really received a lot of money. We've only brought in, including loan fees, probably about £13 million. We haven't had any big sales. One of our youngsters is looking set to leave the club at the moment for Paris Saint-Germain. Again, I'm not entirely sure whether I'd want to keep him or not, but PSG have come to pay the compensation fee of 1.2 million, so we've decided to let him go for that. So going into this game against Real Betis, I am hopeful that we can get a good start to the campaign. Unfortunately, Gonzalez is suspended, our central midfield player. Morikawa at the moment is unregistered now. Tobias Gonzalez is waiting on paperwork for EU nationality. Once that comes through, we can then register Morikawa and play him. That's the only reason he's still at the club at the moment. If it comes to deadline day and this paperwork still hasn't come through, we're going to have to loan him out, unfortunately. It's going to be an absolute pain. Scalvini took a knock a couple of days ago. He's just got a bit of a tight hamstring, so he won't be playing today. But otherwise, the team is pretty familiar. We've got Heddle in goal. Balde's going to start left back with Gelmer and Achabar making his debut at centre back, and Echeverria at right back. We've got Caminata, Saglin-Benny, Varela, Gonzalez and Pedri in behind Ramallet. We've also promoted Usman Toure, the goalkeeper, from our B team as our second or third choice. So overall, reasonably happy with the balance of the squad. We haven't improved it as such, but we have strengthened the depth of it. So I think Ramalhat and Achabar are certainly, and Scalvini are the key ones. Jan Low, we'll wait and see. I'm hopeful that he can be a very good player for us, but like I say, if he can't settle in properly, then there may be some issues there. But we're going into this game, like I say, and I am hopeful that we can get a good start to the campaign. It is going to be tough, but fingers crossed we can get a positive start. As you can see, Zaragoza, Tenerife, and I'm not sure who the other promoted side is. But anyway, here is Johavet into Moname. Now Lopez. Braunerde into Fernandez. Ramalhat couldn't quite win it there. Puerta looking over the top for Galvan. Gelmer managing to clear. Pedri can't pick it up though. This is Lopez looking for Miranda. We managed to win possession though. Pedri into Tobias Gonzalez. Chance to play it first time over the top, but he's running at the defence here. Henrique Pereira catching up to him very, very well and winning possession. Shohave. Varel's doing well to get in there. Varel's, incidentally, is our new team captain, by the way. Here is Tobias Gonzalez. Into Echeverria. Plays it into the penalty area. And we've hit the crossbar. I think it was Pedri who had the effort there. Positive signs early on. Both sides having attempts at goal. Nothing on target at the moment. Plenty of goals going around in the other league games so far. But we need a good start here. We need to really settle in and get a good performance early. All the teams that were around us last season, they've already won or are winning. So yeah, we've really got to be on point this season, I think, if we're going to be challenging for a title. Here is Braunerde into Carrasco. Big opportunity, and it's just gone over the crossbar. It was a poor effort, really, from Carrasco. We should have at least hit the target there for Betis. Yeah, Atletico Madrid beat Tenerife, and Villarreal won by 3-0 against Elche. They were the other promoted side. So early on, it would appear that there are early pace setters with Villarreal and Atletico. Don't think Real Madrid are actually playing today. They're not on the list, it would appear. But overall, a good first half, but we've not looked like scoring despite the number of shots on target we've had. Possession is quite even. In fact, we've had less possession, which is a bit of a strange one. But in terms of attempts at goal, we've had 9 attempts at goal, 5 on target, and Betis have only had the 1 shot on target. So we need to just push it a little bit. So far, Ramalhet hasn't had an opportunity to get in behind. Valencia 2-0 up against Vigo there, I see as well. Ramalhet's not had many opportunities, and we've got all the forward-thinking players on. Gonzalez and Benny, of course, are technically strikers that can play out wide. So I am hopeful that Ramalhet could hit the ground running. And he's done well in pre-season, but it means nothing if he doesn't score in the competitive matches. Here is Puerta into Fernandez, moving down this right-hand side, plays it back. Ramalhet challenging Moname, but Branoda and Fernandez get it away. And here is Puerta. He's found Galvan in support, and Betis are ahead here. And this is not a good start from our point of view. We've had a number of good performers, but we're just not seeming to settle at the moment. They've had 2 attempts on target and scored one of them. So here's Echeverri into Pedri. Echeverri again into Achabar. Now Caminata into Verelst. That's a good switch of play into Benny. Chance to play it into the penalty area. Lays it across to Ramalhet, and it hit Pedri, I think. Caminata into Gonzalez. Now Ramalhet, and it's a good block by the defender. All of a sudden, we do seem to have woken up a bit. We've demanded more of the side, and I'm hopeful that we can get back into this game. Tobias Gonzalez here with a corner, looking toward the far post. Gelmer couldn't win the header, and it's out for a corner on the other side. Again, I want to get rid of these little flash images on that bottom left, because it does interfere with what you can see on the match screen. And a free kick has been given to Real Betis here, and our chance ends. But Balde here with a throw-in into Pedri. Back into Balde again. Now Verelst. Caminata. Into Gelmer. Now Verelst again. Achabar with space. Looking to pick a pass here. Caminata into Verelst. Good play out wide into Tobias Gonzalez. Chance to play it into the penalty area. It's taken a huge deflection. And Ramalhet was at the far post, but the defender just beats him to it. And we're going to have to make some changes here. We're just not getting anywhere. We haven't really got many options out wide at the moment either. Balde is going to move further forward, I think. We're going to bring Molina on at left back. Jan Lowe is going to come on for Tobias Gonzalez. Verelst is going to come off for Aristide Bell. Pedri is going to come off for Charles de Ketelaere. And Gonçalo Ramos is there, I think. We're going to be bringing him on for Ramalhet. Unfortunately, it's just not quite worked out today for Ramalhet, which is quite unfortunate. Scalvini isn't massively fully fit, but we will bring him on for his debut. Oh no, we won't. We've used all our substitutions. Forget that. Scalvini can continue to rest then in that case. So with 20 minutes to go, we've made our changes. The midfield is refreshed completely practically. And we are going to demand more. And Real Madrid are 3-1 up in their match as well. So this is certainly not a good start from our point of view. Branoda into Puerta. And Galvan's in behind. Played through and Heddle with the save. Fernandez, God, it's bundling around the penalty area there. And that was close to being 2-0. We need to wake up. Corner kick to be taken by Puerta. Looks to whip it into the penalty area, and Heddle makes a comfortable claim. But we really need to push on here. We need something from this game. That is for sure. Coming at it with a free kick, looking toward the far post. Achabar! Really good header there at the far post. Manages to squeeze it in. We have our equaliser, and it's the defender with a goal on his debut. I was relying on Ramalhet to get the goals, but set pieces, we know Achabar is going to be dangerous at 6'3". Same as Scalvini, he's 6'4". We're going to be dangerous from these set pieces this season. We've got our equaliser. Can we push on and get a winner here? But no further highlights. We've deserved to win the game, but It doesn't matter if you don't convert your chances, does it? Well, we've got a free kick right at the end here. Charles de Ketelaere with an opportunity. He's going to strike it, I think, here. And there is the strike, and Spudic makes a good save, but it was on the keeper's side. And that's going to be that, I think. We have got a corner here, though, and Balde is to take it. With 2 minutes over the allotted injury time, Balde with the delivery toward the far post. It's cleared away, and there is the final whistle. Well, considering the domination that we've had in the game, that is a very disappointing result. Jan Low came on and did absolutely nothing, which is a bit of a shame. Balde had a poor game as well, but certainly positive signs from our new centre-back Achabar, and certainly a lot to work on. Hopefully we can improve from that, but obviously the teams that we're aiming at, Villarreal, Real Madrid, both of them won very comfortably. So doesn't make me feel too confident early in the campaign. We have strengthened the team, there's no doubt about it, but at the same time, we've got rid of some big players like Koundé and Araujo, so a little period of adjustment is probably required, but game one, 2 points behind Villarreal and Real Madrid. I know it's only the first game of the season, and Atletico as well. I know it's only the first game of the season, but we saw how good Villarreal and Real Madrid were last season. They don't drop many points, and the fact that we've already dropped some on game one is not ideal. We've got a lot of work to do, I think, this season, and I think, to be honest, this formation is the way to go. Considering how we've done in pre-season with other formations, we did try a few. They didn't really work very well, unfortunately, and I wanted to get two up front, but it's just not gonna it's just not gonna work, unfortunately. We've got the options up front, but we have to sacrifice wingers to do that, and our wingers are some of the best players at the club, even though at the same time we are struggling in that position. So food for thought anyway. We'll have to see how things go from here. Archibald with a goal in his debut, really good stuff from him. In terms of our schedule, we've got a few games to get through. We've actually got two derby games, Espanyol and Real Madrid. I was going to get through the rest of August anyway, so we are going to be missing those two games. And we'll probably come back. To be quite honest, I think I'll miss out September as well. There's only 4 games in there, but we have got European games to come as well. So we may come back around September for Champions League games, depending on when they fall. But we'll wait and see for now. It could be around there, or it could be the start of October. So we'll wait and see. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.